Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Here we learn the lore and stories of the world of Tyria. Today we will tackle the Norn. Who are they and what do they do? All of the material read today you can find on the GW2 Wiki. Let's begin. A spirit of legend. Life in the frozen Shiver Peaks carries many harsh burdens, and those who choose to live there must be as stalwart as the mountains themselves. The Norn have many virtues, among them a fierce tenacity and a zest for the challenges that life brings. One of the most fundamental parts of Norn culture is their reverence for the spirits of the wild, manifest embodiments of the natural world. These spirits are not only sources of inspiration, they are guides and allies through the difficult journey of life. Bear, snow leopard, raven, and wolf. The Norn believe in personal strength, individual victory, and an earthy spirituality that is both primal and complex. They revere the spirits of nature, embodied in animals that are both guardians and the essence of the world. It can be said that there are probably as many spirits of the wild as there are basic types of animals. One spirit of wolf to embody all wolves, one spirit of Doliac or ox to teach the lessons of strength and perseverance, and so forth. Unlike the human gods, these spirits of the wild do not represent high-minded concepts like war or nature, but instead embody all the complex virtues and vices of the animals they represent. Because of their history, the four most important spirits of the wild to the residents of the Great Lodge of Holdbrack are Bear, Snow Leopard, Raven, and Wolf. These spirits manifested themselves to lead the Norn survivors south after their northern homelands were ravaged by the rise of the Elder Ice Dragon, Jormag. Bear is the most revered of all the spirits, and she is seen as an icon of strength, insight, and wisdom. Snow Leopard is a solitary, stealthy spirit, much like her animal kin, and the Norn respect the secrets she collects. Raven is the cunning trickster who loves riddles and wordplay, and Wolf is a spirit of teamwork, friendship, and family. Norn choose to follow the path of a certain spirit of the wild because they feel a kinship to the lessons it teaches. It is important to note that simply because the four spirits worked together to help the Norn survive Jormag's attacks does not mean that they, or their followers, are always on the best of terms. Followers of Wolf scorn Snow Leopard's stealth as cowardice, and the Shamans of Bear have been known to mistrust Raven's adherents, calling their deceptions dishonorable and weak. Tales of epic battles between heroes of each lodge are told at moots, immortalizing in legend both the virtues and vices embodied by their patron spirits. A shaman's burden. Unlike humans, whose priests are revered for their dedication to one god, all Norn feel equally guided and befriended by the spirits. Some Norn don't follow a particular path, preferring instead to revere all the spirits of the wild, following each whenever its lessons are relevant in their day-to-day lives. Those who choose to become shamans devote themselves to a spirit's sacred area, a shrine, lodge, or hunting ground dedicated to their patron, Spirit of the Wild. They serve their people as guardians and teachers, protecting their territory and instructing others in the lessons of the spirit they revere. Four of the most powerful and dedicated shamans are known as the Speakers of Holdbrack. They tend the four lodges that flank Holdbrack's main hall, which were raised in honor of the spirits that led the Norn to safety. The wise Alarin of the Frostborn speaks for Bear's Lodge. Moda the Black is Raven's learned speaker. The Wolf Lodge is kept by a young speaker named Fastolf Jortherson. The beautiful and mysterious Valharantha is a speaker of Snow Leopard. Shamans can be found across the Shiver Peaks and even in far-flung areas. But one special type of shaman, known as a Havron, is far less common. A Havron is a special servant of the spirit, a vigilant and active defender of the spirit's interests, both in this world and the next. Havrons have the unique ability to physically cross into the mists and go to the Hall of the Spirits, where the brave live forever. They do not need to open a portal or perform a ritual unless they are taking others with them. Alone, they simply step into the spirit realm, sending their spirit into the mists as easily as crossing a hearthstone. There is only one Havron per spirit of the wild. There may be another in training if the current Havron has grown old or weary and is preparing for their final crossing into the mists. The other spirits. Primarily, the Norn of Holbrack revere the 4 spirits of the wild that led them south, but other spirits exist and teach lessons of their own. Some are less powerful, such as Minotaur, Worm or Eagle, and they are rarely seen or called upon. Some spirits are not sentient, such as Mountain, Fire or Darkness, and are depicted as challenges to strive against or legendary obstacles placed in a hero's path, rather than friends or guides like the spirit of the wild. There is also a small group of spirits that are revered with great sorrow. These lost spirits of the wild remain behind to fight Jormag. Owl, Doliac, also known as Ox, Eagle and Wolverine are lauded for their bravery and their sacrifice. Owl's death is known to the Norn. The last Havron of Owl confirmed it. But as to the final outcome of Doliac, Eagle and Wolverine, even the Shamans do not know. No Norn has been blessed to serve as Havron to these spirits for generations. But then, it is not uncommon for weaker spirits, or those who are not close to this world, to be without a Havron. All that is truly known is that these spirits held the line in the far north, and, by their bravery, aided the Norn in escaping Jormag's claws. Dragon. Since the rise of Jormag, there are those among the Norn, always young, male, and eager to prove themselves, who claim that Dragon should be revered among the spirits of the wild. They admire Jormag's strength, its viciousness, and its cruelty. They claim that by following the path of the dragon, a Norn can become as undefeatable as the dragon itself. They look at the tale of Jorah and her brother Svanir, and see him as the first convert to the new spirit. Jorah, who did not accept dragon's blessings, is reviled among their cult, as are all women. Interestingly, Jormag does not show the same bias as its Sons of Svanir followers. It has been known to corrupt all races and all genders. Dragon has no true shaman, no Havron. Those who follow it do not have the ability to go into the mists on its behalf, nor do they have the gifts Norn expect to see in shamans of the spirits of the wild. A dragon shaman may think he is spiritual, but he falls woefully short of the real thing. These advocates of the dragon teach only corruption. They are given foul blessings. They are changed forever by Jormag. In the end, they too become ice brood and serve the beast. They may call themselves shamans, but most Norn consider them as fools, dangerous ones. Still, the promise of power and the challenge to be the one that masters the dragon's gifts continues to lure arrogant, driven young Norn into dragon's service. Norn culture stresses individuality. It demands that a person be judged by their own actions, not by the actions of a group to which they belong. If 3 Sons of Svanir attack a shrine, those individuals are hunted down and punished. That does not mean another Norn who claims to be a part of the Sons of Svanir will be punished or treated badly because of the event. In the Norn mindset, he didn't do it, so he isn't to be blamed. This doesn't mean that the Norn ignore a person's allegiances or that they don't understand Sons of Svanir are dangerous people. It is simply that, as a race, Norn do not judge an individual for the sins of his tribe. A Norn lives and dies by their own legend. This has been the story of the Norn. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new you didn't know about this race in the world of Tyria. This series is meant to be a lore session divided up in chapters on the different races, characters, and places within the world of Guild Wars 2. Perfect for the second monitor, or just to have rolling in the background whilst doing something else. Please like and comment something that you learned, or you would like to hear. Subscribe as well to not miss more lore content on Guild Wars 2. Now, take care, and I will see you in the next story. Goodbye.